I found it heartening the morning that Father John agreed to a time and a date for our meeting, that the gospel of the day was about the Good Shepherd. Now, the Good Shepherd is described by Jesus as the one who will leave the 99 in search of the stray, the 100th. And to me, that's symbolism for someone who cares enough to leave safety of the numbers. See, a shepherd in the old days used to have to stay with the sheep constantly and protect it from the wolves or predators that were coming to survive. And the shepherd would have to be ever alert and watchful to ensure that none of the sheep would stray. So this concept heartened me in thinking that the church has taken this mantle on. It says that it is a representative of the Good Shepherd, followers of Jesus Christ. So with the gospel being emphasizing this concept on this particular morning, I was surprised that this was the day that John decided to pick a date and time for our meeting. That day he ended his soliloquy, his homily, by asking a question, because he had determined that out of all the people the church had baptized, only 20% of it still went to church regularly and followed the rules that were laid down for by the church for someone who is, in their mind, living the way. And his question was, he wondered how the 20% could get the 80% back into church. And I thought, well, the immediate answer is to take off the roof, knock down the walls, and extend the limits of the church. And being funny is one thing, but it's actually true that the standards and the qualifications that they have set up that requires living the proper way has to be modified. But just to be humorous, that answer came in my mind, and I was intending to tell him that when I left the church, because John has a habit of, after Mass, going down the aisle and greeting people as they leave. So each day you can say what you want. And then on this day I was going to give him my answer. But he preempted it, so to speak, by setting the date and time for our meeting. And when we got through with the formalities, I said, well, John, think of me as part of the 80%. And confusion came over his face. He even backed up to show that he was trying to understand. And he said, but you're here. And I never expected that answer. All I could say in return was, no, I'm not. And that's when I began to realize, or the first dawnings, evidence that I had that I wasn't going to find my understanding of the Good Shepherd at this level of my quest. So I immediately realized that I was going to have to go further than this meeting, but that I still had to formally attend the meeting